Hello, welcome to another episode of Hey Girl, Hey. We're now on episode 8. Woohoo! It's your girl, Kim. Took me a while to get back to life since I scheduled myself 2 and 2, plus I pick up a shift at my hospital. Who am I? Who is this? So I'm just gonna give you a little update about our COVID situation here in my corner in Florida, and then we'll proceed with the funny stories I promised like ages ago. Okay, so based on the recent company email I read at work, weird outpour. I mean, we've always been. Like, a lot of people see my hospital like it's the Ritz or something, but we're completely lacking of like a lot. So, according to the email, we lost about 45 million since COVID started, and I reckon it's because, like they stop all surgeries from happening, and another 5 million because of COVID expenses. Then again, I'm like, aren't you guys receiving money from the government? And I thought, like a little something something. But then again, we're like a non-profit hospital. I asked a bunch of coworkers about the situation, and one of the guys was like, and he actually makes sense. Like, if you're putting out emails out there, you can't really say you're making a profit because you're a non-profit hospital. It's really suspicious because, like, our new CEO, he was like, I don't really know when was this email, but I guess this was pre-COVID. He was like, yeah, look at our balance sheet, we're pretty good. And now we're like, we're broke. So, like, what? And it's so weird because, like, you send out that email, and then I heard and saw the news about another hospital, but was like a pro profit hospital. They're like, we're losing money, we're poor. And I'm just like, So anyways, there's that. Since the last time we spoke, we are now doing the antibody testing in my hospital, and I think they just recently ended that, and I was negative, just so you know. Although I still felt like it's a sham because now we're not receiving any more COVID-19 hazard pay, because now they're like, we're poor, and due to the results of our mass antibody testings and survey, and now we have ample amount of PPEs, I guess, like, it's time, like, we're not reusing masks anymore. It's fine, you're not receiving any more COVID money because it's not like you're risking your life out there. That's what I feel like. Just give us our money. Like, dude, you're not the one in there risking your life. You're just pushing papers. I'm sorry, but it comes across like that. But, like, you have to give people what they deserve. Give them the extra money. Like, look at the way you guys charge insurance. Like, for sure, you will get your money back. Like, not now, but eventually. I mean, like, when I look at my hospital bill, I'm just like, seriously? Like, what the heck? And then I'm not sure if you guys saw the news or any blogs or articles online, but there are people recovering from COVID-19, and they're being billed like $1 million. Like, what? What? So just imagine, if you're in America, imagine that in another country. That's a lot of money. So yeah, I'm still in Florida, and as you or may not know, our COVID cases, we're number 1. Yep, nothing to be proud of. Nothing to be proud of, so still, wear your mask, people. Wear it. I still think that America reopened too soon, and a lot of stubborn folks thinks that wearing a mask is like trampling over their freedom. Like, seriously? Seriously? As level 6 of Jumanji comes to a close, which is, well, hopefully the riots and the protests would stop, we're now approaching level 7, which is July, which I don't know yet. Probably this traveling Saharan dust. So still wear your mask and stay safe inside. Alright, now for the funny bit. Okay, now this is my favorite part. I know it's weird, like, we're like gloomy, and now we're gonna end it with something more funny and, I don't know, nicer feeling. Anyways, So, when I first started in my hospital, so like, at first you couldn't really put in your own schedule because you're following someone. I was in the residency program for new grads. And then so I was following my preceptor, but then after that I could actually pick up my own schedule. But sometimes they don't really approve it like you put it in because they have to balance the staff, blah blah blah. So, anyways, there are days I would work 2 nights in a row and then a day off, and then I come back the following day. And people are like, when are you going to be coming back? I'm just like, I'll be here tomorrow. Oh, so it's your day off? And so I'm just like, no, not really. It's a sleepover. And they're like, what? What do you mean? Because, like, when you work night shift, it takes, like, a while. Like, it takes a day because, for example, you work 2 nights in a row. So you're off for a day, which is the next day, which is your day off. But you're not really doing anything because you're just sleeping until late in the afternoon and then your life begins again. So that's not really that's not enough. That's not enough recovery. It's just like sleeping over and then you come back the next day, be like, oh shit, like I never left. you know? So I think that's kind of funny. I think a lot of people still find that funny whenever I tell them that, yeah, I'm just having a sleepover. And now they know what I mean. Okay, so recently, we, like, a lot of hospitals all over America is pretty much understaffed because, like, management doesn't really want to hire enough people. Like, they're saying they're hiring, but, like, do we actually see those people working? Do we actually have the right amount of patient ratio to nurse? No, not really. Maybe day shift, but night shift, no. So, we're thinking about, because there's a lot of seasonal people coming back because of the COVID situation and stuff. They cut off their contract early and now they're like, oh, we need you guys again. So some of them came back. So I'm thinking like, hey, we night shift. If we go seasonal, they might have no choice at all. They was just gonna bring us back here on our floor. And I was just like, how does that work? And so some was like, oh, just email our manager and they'll take care of it. Some are like, no, you have to like apply internally. So I'm just like, all right, cool. And then one of my, I guess, scrub wife was like, why do you go to, like, one of my BFFs and my great friends ever, I love working with her. She was like, why do you go to the hospital a lot? And I was like, no, not really. Because, like, we're talking about, like, benefits and stuff. Sometimes they give you benefits, sometimes not really. And if you're seasonal, if you go with the benefits, it's not like you're actually adding that much value. Like maybe a couple of dollars here and there, but not so much. I'm not sure about PTO, but anyways, so she was like, why, do you go to the doctor a lot? And I was just like, no, not really, but like if I don't have insurance, it's like I'm a car, like, like if I don't have insurance, I'm like, swerve. And I started laughing. So that was story number 2. I'll try to give you like at least 10 stories to chew on. All right, so another story was when I first started. So I'm still getting used to like giving reports to other nurses and stuff like that. So I was giving to report to this guy who I started we started working at the same time. So let's just call him, I don't know, John. Okay, so John was being a smartass because I was just like, oh, hey, John, good morning. Oh, hi, hello, whatever. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to give you a patient. So he came in here for a cough and they diagnosed him with pneumonia. And so he's going to stay here to get antibiotics and fluids and stuff. And it was like, Kim, this person came in with a flu, not pneumonia. This was pre-COVID, by the way. And just like, yeah, and they diagnosed him with pneumonia if you look at the notes. I was like, alright, cool. And then he started like, like trying to be funny. And he was like, how tall is this guy? And I'm just like, in my head, because I'm like really tired. In my head, I'm just like, what does that have to do or correlate with pneumonia? So I'm just like, oh, I don't know, like maybe as tall as you. Yep. All right, I gotta go. But in my head, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. He was 3 feet when he got here, and he grew an inch every hour, and now he's like 5'9" or something. But that was just me in my head. But I was just like, you know what? I'm tired, and I'm just like, I need to get out of here. I don't have time for this. I gotta go. I gotta blast. So, yep. Whenever I think about that story, I'm not sure if he remembers, but whenever I think about that story, I think that's still kind of funny. So, all right. Another story. Have you ever been to your cafeteria? Any cafeteria or school or work, but I feel like every food tastes the same. So, anyways, as night shift, we like our cafeteria opens like 11 p.m. and it closes at 12:30 in the morning. So sometimes, when I don't have time to go down there, I always ask people, "Oh, what's down there?" So like every Wednesday, we have this breakfast thing. And then the rest of the days are basically the same. They all look different, but they all taste the same for some reason. So whenever one of my charge goes down there, I'm just like, what's down there? Oh, I don't know, something glazed, something really suspicious. Could be turkey from Thanksgiving. And I think that's really funny. Like, we have these kind of jokes between us. And so one time, I went downstairs and there's like 2 sections, and I was just like, oh, I'm craving carbs. So I'm just like, can I have this shrimp pasta, and I'd like to try this pasta too. I don't know what I ate, but it's just carbs on carbs. And the cafeteria lady was low-key judging me, and she was like, that's another meal, right? And I'm just like, yes, I know, just charge me. I'm really hungry. But I'm just like, yes. And then I went on my merry way. And when I went upstairs, I was just like, oh my God, you guys, the cafeteria lady just judged me from ordering carbs on carbs. And I don't know, until this very day, I thought that was pretty funny. So that's me. Okay, so another story before this COVID thing. Oh no, actually, the start of this COVID-19 pandemic. So they're telling us, like, yeah, you don't need to reuse your mask. And they're like, yeah, you have to reuse it. And so I already threw my last mask, and somebody took my other mask. And the last remaining one was like a small N95. And I'm a regular, not the small one. So I'm just like, well, you know what? I'm just going to give this one pill. I'm just gonna hold my breath, and that I did. I'm not sure if I told you this story, but at this very day, I'm just like, oh, thank God that lady was negative and just told to self-isolate. Actually, I'm not really sure about that, but she went home and self-isolate or whatever. But I held my breath for 2 minutes. I'm just like, hello, good morning, hi, yeah, so I don't really have a mask right now that probably fits my face, so I'm just gonna give you this pill. Oh, did you sleep well? That's good to hear. And then whenever I had to take a breath, I just like exhaled, like, so anyways, I hope you feel better today. I gotta go, I'm running out of air. But like for the beginning bit of it, I'm just like, I only have 2 minutes of air, I gotta go. I don't know, like, I tell that to people and they're like, you're crazy. But I'm just like, so what are my options? Like, I'm just gonna give her thyroid pill. Like, if she missed a dose, I don't think that will make any much of a difference. But I'm just like, hey, let's go get it. Let's go give it. I don't know, till this very day, I think that's funny. I feel like every time I say that word or phrase, drink something like water or whatever. Okay, so this was like what, 2018, early 2019. So I was still pretty new in my hospital, and there was this charge nurse, let's call him John number 2, and he was just like, oh my God, like, I can't believe it, if I'm on the floor like a regular floor nurse, like, everything is fine, the census is fine, it's not as crazy. But when I'm a charge nurse, it's always like all over the place, it's so crazy, blah blah blah. And he was confiding to me, and I was just like, well, John, number two, maybe try not to be charged. And we started laughing. But he's a pretty good charge nurse. Like he knows his stuff. He helps you out, but when he's on the floor, he's kind of lazy. Something happened, so he doesn't work there anymore. It was kind of like insane when you think of it. But yeah, I think being a charge nurse is good experience. I mean, it's good on your resume, but on our crazy floor, I don't know. I just don't know. All right, so another report thing. So we do the shift change, right? So another story about shift change. So as I was giving report to the day nurse, and our floor, we're a carjack telemetry floor, but for some reason I feel like they just set, our floor is set as default, like when you set on the printer to print, like that's how they just put random people on our floor. So last year, 2019, we're getting a lot of like crazy admissions. Like most of our patients are like detoxing. They should be on the psych ward, but for some reason our psych ward doesn't really function as a real psych ward. Like they only take people that are stable. Like, what's the use of you? Like these patients need proper mental health facilities and psych nurses that actually do their stuff. So anyways, I have this really crazy patient, and I was, like everything is fine and stable. I have to talk to like the hospitalist is covering for the attending for the night, and she was like, I really love her because she gives me the stuff. But there's, oh my god, this person I think is like a really big person, and they only gave me like a really small dose of Haldol. And being a big person, like you need like more dose of that per body weight, or at least that's what I think. So anyways, I was giving a report to the day nurse, and I was just like, yeah, so this patient is really kind of out of control during the night, but I guess I calmed him down a little bit. I gave him or her, I don't really know if the patient is, but by this time, it happened a long time ago. So I'm just like, I don't really know. Like, they gave me a small dose of Haldol, but it's kind of like an ant biting an elephant. So that's my metaphor. And that's it. And then the dinner started laughing at me because the way I give report is like, it's like on point and at the same time just being real, and like, oh, you need to like handle this during the day so that when I come back it's a little bit better. But yeah, would you get a lot of admissions like that? It's really crazy. Okay, this one is legit. I think this is really funny and cute. So we got a lot of Roberts in our hospital, like a lot of, way back in the day old people. So this is Robert number one. We call him Bob. So the first Bob, oh my god, he's so funny. So I was just like, hello. So it looks like based from your labs, your hemoglobin is really low, so we might have to transfuse you, but I'm still waiting for your doctor's order. And then he was like, how did you know my blood is low? And I was just like, well, like when they take your labs, our phlebotomist takes your blood, they put it in a machine, and based from that result, we know what's up. And so he was like, how does that work? And I was like, I don't know, sir, science. And we both started laughing. And then so I actually gave him 1 unit of blood. And then he mostly slept through it. And then I was just like, hello, hi, I'm back again. Take your blood pressure one last time. How you feeling? And he was like, good. I hope I get another one. And I was just like, I hope not. We gotta, keep this bleeding. It needs to stop. And he was like, well, I was on advanced blood. And I was just like vampire blood? At this point, I was just like, what? I actually said that to a patient? Like, what? So, oh my god, Bob. So, Bob. Anyways, this is the last juicy bit for today. So, the last one would be like, I really like whenever like me and my coworkers actually do like a lot of like bonding moments outside work. So this is the first time we actually went bowling, and I'm super duper excited because I'm always like, it's different here in the States when you bond, because like in the other side of the world, in the Philippines, like when you have a rough night or a rough shift or a rough like school work or whatever, you always go out for a drink with friends and stuff. Here it's kind of different. You have to like schedule everything, especially if a lot of people are coming to a thing, so we have to pre-coordinate and whatever. So anyways, we finally went bowling, and so we haven't ate anything and drank anything. So I'm just like, you know what? While we're waiting for other people, let's go eat some dinner and drink or whatever. And then the waiter was like, "Hi, hello guys. Do you have anything in mind to order? Are you guys ready?" And I'm just like, yeah, I think so." And then the waiter was like, "Oh, we got a full bar, by the way." And I was just like, "Excellent. So, do you guys have any strawberry daiquiri?" And then the waiter was like, "Except that." And I think that's kind of funny. Looking back at all these memories, I can't believe that I had a lot of these funny bits in my journal somewhere tucked in there. And looking back and tracing like my progress and whatever, it's really nice to look back and see like, oh my god, I can't believe I survived that. So that's basically it. I hope the audio recording turns out alright, because oh my god, I can't believe like repeating all of this all over again. Oh, that would be crazy. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked this episode, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to my homeboy Julio for what's the word, sponsoring this video. Thank you for the mic, still pretty dope, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Ciao for now.